チーム友達関西関東西東北南チーム友達チーム友達チーム友達チーム友達チーム友達チーム友達俺たち何チーム友達お好み焼き食うつる阪神腹いっぱい飯はうまい一人じゃ寂しいし電話来たりかけ直した後すぐ行く会いに
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, rabbits and raccoons. If you see my face and you know my voice, we must be live. And we live on Instagram, Facebook. We everywhere right now. And I ain't got my brothers with me, so shout out to my brothers that's typically here. We had to move the podcast back. But that man came through in the clutch. Who is that man? They call him Captain Clay. He's over here to my right or maybe your left. I'm going to open up the floor a little bit for him. Introduce yourself and just let everybody know who you are and how we got here, I guess.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you for having me. Yeah, like you said, my name is Captain K. I do videos on YouTube, Instagram. I stream on Twitch. Kind of do it all. I talk about superhero stuff. That's pretty much my whole life. Superheroes, animes, and just other nerdy stuff. And yeah, we got here because my boy here, Big Manny, messaged me, asked me to be on a podcast. I'm like, bet I ain't been on a podcast in like 4 years. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting here. I was sitting here thanking them because I'm always reaching out to different creators, especially if you're in the blurred community. Because let's be honest, at the beginning, I don't know how old you are. We'll get to it and all of that. But at the beginning, I felt like it was such a small community. But then now I'm 34, turned 35 in like 2 weeks, and I'm just looking around and I'm like, we everywhere. It's like, where was y'all in high school? Like, I feel like such an outsider, but now we grown. We got probably a little money in our pocket, and we everywhere, and I love it. So why not just bring everybody to us, right? So I appreciate you again for coming through. I really do. I was going through Instagram, and typically I try to follow as many content creators and people who have amazing takes, and I saw yours. And I was like, let me just at least reach out to him, because what's the worst that could happen? If he say no, he say no. You said yes, and you came through in the clutch. So I appreciate you for that, brother. Like this is such a clutch episode for Beyond the Blur, and I can't wait to get into it. But my first initial question that I always have for every single guest is, how did you get into like Marvel, DC, and anime?
Let's see. I mean, so you and I are around the same age. I turned 33 this year, so pretty sure same as you. Toonami got me hip.
Let's go!
Yes, sir. Got me hit the Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball, and then it just went from there. And then for superhero stuff, Batman animated series, Superman the animated series, Spider-Man the animated series, all of the old 90s animated series.
Okay,
kind of went from there.
For sure. Sometimes I'm known to be the person that got some controversial takes when it comes to the span of Marvel, DC, and anime, because our last guest was a very well-versed gentleman by the name of God's Will. He's actually in the anime community, deep in the anime community. And his favorite anime is One Piece. And just like a lot of people who probably like One Piece, I'm on the Dragon Ball Z side, and I'm loyal. It's not that I don't like One Piece. I love One Piece, but I'm loyal. I'm not caught up on One Piece. That's for damn sure. But there's so many elements of DBZ that kind of like caught my heart. Even with him going Ultra Instinct, and I think directly after he went Ultra Instinct, and Piccolo says something along the natures of, it's almost like he knew that he could do this, and you just pissed him off to push him to this point. So it's just like seeing elements of that like that. I have not got that from One Piece, but that's only because I'm not further along the journey. That's it, and that's all. So that's just me. Is there any animes that you're trying to get into right now?
Yes, actually. I'm about to start Solo Leveling. I think I'm supposed to start it, if not tonight, then tomorrow. But I finally caught up on Sakamoto Days. And then before that, I haven't watched anime since probably Tokyo Revengers. And so Solo Leveling caught my eye, and I'm like, man, let me finally catch up, because they almost at the end of season 2, I think.
Yeah, and they making noise right now. Like
Mhm.
you can't go nowhere, and they're breaking records, and they're breaking streams, and all of that. So that's what's up. But one thing I do, I guess, know you for is like the Marvel to DC verse.
Mhm.
So I definitely kind of composed a couple of questions, kind of just pick your brain, and we could go back and forth. So I guess we'll get into our first topic, and I kind of wanted to see where you were with it. And I want to know, who is your most underrated character in the Marvel or DC universe? Like, we don't talk about them enough. They should be getting a little bit more shine. And it's just like, let's give this person a little light.
Got you. You know, before last month, I probably would have had a different answer. But bro, I learned about so many black superheroes last month myself, and I gotta say, this dude named Manifold.
Okay.
If you guys, for those of you who aren't familiar with Manifold, he is a like dimensional teleporter, but it's not that simple. He doesn't just teleport. He speaks to the universe and it does favors for him. And that's why, bro, this dude is dummy OP. There's a panel where he fought Cable, and Cable's like possessed by a vampire. And the way he beats him is he basically asks the universe to put a mini sun in his hand. Like it puts like an aura around the sun to protect him, and he uses the sun like a Rasengan and takes him out. I'm like, bro,
That is
like, imagine what else he can do.
that is OP. Like, how did you stumble upon this character? Is it one of those things you was doing research, or you was reading a comic and he just popped out to you? Like how did that happen? Because I have not heard of this person. So now you got me doing homework after the show.
So funny enough, I made a video about like black superheroes who don't have electric-based powers. And then after that, I decided I want to do like 28 days of black superheroes people didn't know about. And I had got a list, basically. I just like pretty much Google list, black superheroes, you know, and just like started reading through the whole list. And I got this overall list, but then that video is always still kind of getting views and comments. And so people would just comment and I would read it and be like, wait, who's this person? If they didn't pop up in my list. And I think somebody commented Manifold. And I'm like, who's this? So I Googled him. I'm like, yo, wait a minute. He sound kind of cold. And then I started doing all the research and reading his comics. And I'm like, wait a minute. He's actually extra cold, but like he doesn't do anything. Like he does stuff, but like he's never had a solo series. He's always a side character. He's never a main character, but he's like extremely overpowered. I don't get it.
Okay. But I have to do some research into that. It always interests me when we run across these characters. It's like, but y'all can have another one. You can have another one. Like, and later on, we'll get into the conversation on what do DC and Marvel need to do to get back to, I guess, where they need to be, because they have so many characters to do it with. And for my pick, for sure, it's a guy by the name of Buddy Baker. Like, I don't know if you,
I don't know.
Yeah, so Buddy, yeah, so Buddy Baker, they call him basically the Animal Man. And anytime that, so anytime that there's an animal in his vicinity, basically he can inherit their powers for that moment. And what's interesting about this character is a couple of things. So the first thing is he didn't even really want to be a superhero full time. This is just something that he kind of just was doing part time until one day he went to his wife and he said, you know, I think I want to do this full time. And then all of a sudden he just started doing it. He always had the ability, but his main job was a stuntman. And I just found that so interesting because I'm just like, how many times do you just see a superhero that's just say, I don't think I want to do this, and then wake up one day and be like, you know, I think I'll do it full time. This is one of the few characters that actually has a family. So he has a wife and 2 kids. I mean, if we get deeper into DC and Marvel lore, I'm pretty sure we can find quite a few. But his family plays such a important role in him making this decision that I just found that so interesting that this guy could be a superhero, adapt these powers, and then live a normal life. What's even more interesting is sort of like your pick. Along his journey, he's able to pick up powers of aliens. Like he could communicate, but not only the animals, but the aliens. So like you was like, what else could he do? Like, this isn't just a typical guy who wants to do this part-time and then out of nowhere just decides that he could have a conversation with aliens. That is the most down to earth, connect with a normal human being story because you really didn't want to do it, but now you're talking to aliens. How would that play out in everyday life? Like for me, that's me. But it looks like I gotta look up yours and you gotta look up mine a little bit for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I think so. I never knew his name was Buddy Baker, but I have like heard of him. And I think I've seen him in passing a little bit, but I never knew too much about him. I definitely didn't know his origin story.
Yeah, for sure. We got another origin story coming from my side a little bit down the line. But with that, I also, since we was talking about it, this is just to me, and you tell me, let's start here. Are you a DC or a Marvel guy? If you had to pick.
It's always DC. It's always DC for
what?
me. Yeah.
Turn up for the team then.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm a DC fanboy, bro. I love Marvel. Don't get me wrong. My pick was a Marvel person, but man, DC, that's where I live. That's where I live.
Okay. So tell me about, a lot of people are going Marvel because I'm Marvel. Where is the loyalty coming from? Like, why are you just sticking with DC? Is it just a childhood thing? Is it character-based, villain-based? Tell me a little bit about that.
Honestly, weirdly enough, you might disagree with this, but it's story-based. So I'd say like in the 2010, 2012-ish era, I got to a point where I was going to the comic book store once a week buying comics, Marvel and DC. And so I was buying comics every week, reading their stories. And DC's stories always interested me more. Like that, I read the Marvel ones, I'm like, this is cool. But then I read the DC ones, I'm like, nah, this is real hype. And so I just gravitated more that way.
Okay, and it kind of stuck because I think I had a controversial take, if not last week, the week before. It wasn't. I think it was a group collective because maybe we didn't do our research. Maybe it was just something, and maybe you can correct me. I'm not going to speak for the other guys, but basically, we were saying how Marvel is pushed by their heroes, but DC is pushed by their villains. Meaning, not saying that one is better than the other, but when you look at DC, like it's really the impact is driven by the villains of their origin stories and the things that they go through. Like we love Joker, like Bane, Joker, all of these people just from Batman alone essentially pushes his narrative. Like Batman almost do anything but go up and be great. Where Marvel, you got your Iron Mans, you got your Black Panthers, you got your all of that. Am I wrong in saying that? Or is it something that I'm not seeing from the Marvel's villain? I know it's kind of a loaded question.
I wouldn't necessarily say you're wrong in that. I kind of agree with that because I think DC does have better villains, so that does make sense. But I do also think a lot of DC heroes are not underwritten or anything, but like how you said, like anything you put out this Batman, it's just gonna do well. It's just gonna explode no matter what it is. First, like Batman is just the guy. And like the same could be done and said about other people, but for some reason, I think DC doesn't believe in their own heroes. I think that's what it is. DC doesn't believe in their heroes enough to carry them. Like, for example, Cassandra Cain, Batgirl. She's like one of the top hand-to-hand fighters in the DC universe. And most people don't know that. Most people don't know who she is. And then even when they put her in a movie, they had her not be able to fight. Why would you do that? Like,
right.
I don't understand it. They I don't know. They don't treat their character as well, except Batman. But they do treat their villain
I think if it wasn't you, it probably wasn't you. Probably was somebody hopped in the comments and told me they had a lot of leadership change, and that's where the inconsistency. Yeah, see, so that's where the inconsistency is coming from. But if it was you, so now I think you said you believe that it's getting a little bit more consistent, so we might be able to get more of that groundedness. Okay, so what do you think DC has to do from a movie standpoint to punch back? Because they have Batman is Batman, Joker is Joker, but it almost seems like in the public eye that Marvel is running away with it. But until Endgame, it's kind of been a slump. So it's like it's the time now. But what does DC have to do from your perspective?
From my perspective, no more origin stories. Like, unless it's really, really needed, no more origin stories. Blue Beetle is a perfect example. I don't know if you've seen Blue Beetle, but man, it was a great movie. I loved it. but it didn't do well. And I feel like people just aren't interested in like these origin stories anymore. Because think about it, we got all of the MCU origin stories for what, like 15 years or something like that, and they're still giving us more because we have Fantastic Four coming up, which I think isn't exactly an origin story, but I think they are going to throw it in there a little bit. But I think origin stories are a thing of the past at this point. Like you said, there are so many blurs around. It's so easy to go Google somebody, pick up a comic, whatever, and find out.
Static Shock, for the love of God. I've said this before. Give Static Shock his runway on the DC side.
100%. 100%.
Like he will get the community in there. Like he will be the nucleus for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Black Panther did his thing for Marvel. Y'all see the impact. But now Static Shock is literally right there for your take.
Mm-hmm.
It's right there.
And I think that was in development at some point, but I think they scrapped it or whatever. They don't even talk about them. They don't really talk about Milestone that much as a whole, unfortunately. So,
which is wild to me because growing up on I think it's WB it came on.
Yep.
Static Shock was him.
Yep.
I was locked into Static Shock. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Static Shock, and then I might go outside. I don't know if I'm missing some other shows in that little chain, but Static Shock, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm outside. And we out. But no more origin stories. I think they need to get dark. I think they need to lean into TV-MA. It sounds crazy, but with your villains and everything that you got, I'm not going to say you're the originators, but I will say I think DC kicked it off. And then Marvel came. I don't know if I'm getting the years mixed up or anything, but it seems like if you just go dark, Marvel's playing the family thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you can just grab the attention of adults and go literally rated R, rated TV-MA, and make your villains do what villains do, I think you will have people in the seats. Even if it's not in the seats, I think you'll have people at home watching it. It might be the time to put the kids to bed, but you know that adult side of you, this is for you. We'll leave Marvel for the kids. It's time for DC to flip because DC was for the kids when we was growing up. Let's flip that. I think they need to get dark. That's me.
No, I definitely agree with that. And I think they know that. At one point they launched, what's it called? It's like DC Black Label, which is supposed to be exactly what you just said, but in comics, but still. They know they have good dark stuff, or like how they got Joker. They made a Joker movie because they knew like people love him. He's dark. Let's give it to him. So
hey, shout out to Baby Bull. Baby Bull said Marvel is Disney. Is why it's family. You're gonna have to explain that. It says Nightmare Batman need to be a movie. That's a fact.
Yeah, 100%.
That's a fact.
100%.
Big fact. I'll give you that. So with that being said, would you take Justice League or the Avengers? You said DC, but just crew specific. Are you taking the Avengers?
No, I'm taking Justice League for sure.
I'm taking. You had me at Black Panther. I'm sorry. You had me at Black Panther. But then you give me Marvel, and then my favorite Marvel character is actually Doctor Strange.
Really?
Yeah. It's actually Doctor Strange because I'm trying to find enough lore to present to the world to say he, in theory, is the most powerful. He's like the one above all.
Mm-hmm.
How could he not be the one above all in this universe? He literally controls time. Mm-hmm. He was literally the very reason in Endgame that they found the right path. So
that's true.
That's me. So you got Avengers. I'm taking Justice League. Okay. Now, who has the most compelling origin story to you?
Oh, so this one might surprise you. What is his name? Deadman. For anybody who doesn't know, Deadman he's a DC superhero, and basically he's just a ghost. And so, like, he can possess people and stuff like that. But, like, the reason he exists is that somebody killed him. He doesn't know who. And so his spirit can't rest until he finds out who. And so that's kind of his whole thing. And as he's trying to find out who killed him, he helps people too. Like, I don't think he has a comic. Like, he's in comics, but I don't know if he has a solo comic. But I just find his story super compelling because I'm just like, bro, as far as I know, he's never caught his killer. And I know Batman has talked about trying to help him find his killer too. but it's just a big mystery. And I'm like, bro, that's got to be kind of crazy. They're like, you can't pass on, you're just stuck as a ghost trying to help people.
Oh, I've never heard you knocking this out the park. I don't even know who this person is.
He was
talking about this guy.
What's that show called? Batman: The Brave and the Bold. Yep. Batman: The Brave and the Bold. He's in the Injustice comics. I'm trying to think, was he in another TV series? Because that was how I first saw him. He popped up in the show, and I was just like, oh, I want to say he might have been in Justice League. Actually, like the animated series.
That's crazy.
If I remember right, he was in an episode.
Let me see if they're gonna give us a little bit.
Yeah, he's in an episode. Well, I think he's in a couple episodes because that was why I first saw him.
All right, I'm gonna let YouTube do what YouTube do. I'll get out of that, but I'm definitely gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, his origin, like just his origin story. As a character, he's pretty cool too. But that origin story, I was just like, yikes! I feel bad for you, bro. Like that kind of sucks.
For me, this is actually funny because I really didn't know this. I should have known this. In fact, I felt like at some point I missed this, but Terry McGinnis from Batman Beyond.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Like,
that is a good one.
Let me paint. It's too late now. I'm going to spoil it for y'all. It's too late. Imagine being a kid who's just a pain in the ass. You a troublemaker. And one day you run across a gang by the name of Jokers. It's based off the real Joker, but it's not the Joker. You end up almost getting in a fight, and then you meet Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne fights for your defense. You get cool with Bruce Wayne, and then out of nowhere, Bruce Wayne shows you his little mansion, his Batcave, and everything. You being the little asshole that you are, decides to take over a Batman suit to avenge your father who was then killed. So now Bruce Wayne is, although pissed, is now intrigued and start training you to become Batman. Now here's the plot twist. I know you know this.
Mm-hmm.
I know you see it coming. Here's the plot twist. This didn't happen in Batman or Batman Beyond. This happened in Justice League Unlimited.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, they tell the story on how somehow, I don't know if it was the government or it was Bruce Wayne. You might need to help me out with this. But basically, Bruce Wayne's genetics got passed through Terry McGinnis's father. So now he finds out, in theory, Bruce Wayne is actually his father and not his father that died. So he is not only Batman, he is literally, genetically, the legacy of Batman. That is the most corporate America fucks up a lot of stuff, brother. But they got that one right.
Oh, fact.
Terry McGinnis is that is chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. And it's all because they wanted to progress Bruce Wayne along. I wish they kind of did the same thing with Pokemon, to be honest with you. At some point, as I grew older, I saw Ash Ketchum. I'm like, when you gonna grow up? When you gonna hand the baton off?
Mm-hmm.
And it just never happened.
It was Amanda Waller. She believed the world needed a Batman, which she wasn't wrong. So
yeah, that is A1 writing. And I will give the Batman franchise, they probably have the best superhero game to ever touch a console. Arkham Knights. I love DBZ. Sparking Zero is not Arkham Knights. When Arkham Knights first came out,
yeah,
it shut gaming down. So shout out to Arkham Knights. I don't know if that's a controversial take or not, but that's just me.
Nah, I think that's pretty solid. People will probably argue with you about Spider-Man being up there with them though. Spider-Man 1 and 2 by who's that, Insomniac Games?
Okay. I feel like they long-winded though. They just keep producing, and Miles Morales kind of helped them out a little bit this go around.
Yeah, facts.
He was telling the same story over and over and over again. And then when Miles Morales came out, it introduced a different way, a different perspective of a Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow I was reading. I actually have a Miles Morales comic behind me. I'm protected with my dear life. I guess they're trying to set him up because it was supposed to be a joke, I guess. I think Miles Morales was supposed to be a joke. Like, it wasn't supposed to be as serious. Somehow, Childish Gambino, the rapper.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
He was supposed to be like a joke, but it caught fire, and it's something that they could not let go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for that actual live action movie myself. Don't know if
Nah, same. I mean, they already planted the seeds, but it is taking forever to do it. Which I heard they might do it now with this go around, since Tom Holland got his trilogy, and so they still making Spider-Man movies. So I heard that, like, in this set of Spider-Man movies, they're gonna like introduce Miles and then probably have him take over.
Okay, let's take it off the beaten path. I'm gonna put you on your toes. Give me your top 5 DC superheroes, and then we're gonna run it back. Top 5 villains from DC.
Okay. Superheroes. So a lot of them are the same. I'm not gonna lie. So like, I got Batman, I got Flash, then I got Nightwing, basically just like Batman. Then I got Damian Wayne Robin, same deal. And then for my 5th one, who's up there really? Probably I do really love Green Lanterns. I actually have like a White Lantern ring on that I wear right now. But yeah, I love the Green Lantern Corps, like, as a whole, like the whole thing, green, blue, all of them. Like, lanterns are just dope, super dope.
They en route. Green Lantern is en route.
Yes, sir. And I could not be more excited. Villains, gotta go with Reverse Flash. Dude is an absolute menace. Bro is just hilarious, but at the same time, terrifying. Let's see. Flash. Well, aside from Flash, Batman has a lot of good villains. Like, Bane is really cool when he's done right, not like just like a dummy strong Bane who doesn't have a brain. Like, the actual Bane that was first introduced, who like deduced Batman's identity and like kind of terrorized him and then beat him. Like, that version of Bane, cold. Let's see. I'm trying to think.
No pressure.
No, you're good. You're good. It's so many of them. Like, it's so many good ones to kind of pick from. A lot of the ones I particularly am fond of are Batman villains, though. Like, I do like Scarecrow. I do like Joker. I think Joker's pretty cool, but I'd probably say I like the Batman Who Laughs more, which is like an evil version of Bruce who like got infected with Joker toxin. That dude is crazy.
I don't know if I mentioned this, but you haven't said Joker yet, have you?
Nope. Like, he's good. Don't get me wrong, he's really good. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I've just been Joker-fied out, though. Because, like, bro, I've seen everything, bro. The movies, the shows, the games, like, everywhere you go, Joker is there. I'm just like, all right.
I think, here's my controversial take. I think Joker is the most important villain across any anime, any DC, Marvel. Joker is the most important to every single last one of them. Because Joker would literally look you in your face and say, without me, there is no you. You are literally pointless without it. It takes for a person like me for you to be a superhero. And I find that so powerful in the weirdest way, because I ain't going to take it down. I'm going to touch on it, move off. Just being an African-American man going through different things in my life, trying to be a business owner. It's like it's like the world always try to pick an enemy or suppress somebody. And sometimes I feel like the mind of Joker, it takes for you to put me down to try to climb on top of me in many ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And Joker is like, why so serious? Like, there are so many things that you shouldn't be taking serious in life. Why are you always serious, Batman? Why are you always serious, people? And when you look at any other villain across any span, it's always a ulterior motive to why they're doing what they're doing. Joker just do this just because.
Yep. 100%. Man, it's just chaos just for the sake of being chaos. Like,
no other reason. Just I showed up. I ain't even having a bad day. I'm just doing it because I want to.
Yep. Even when freaking Batman retired or whatever. What was it? The Dark Knights? And then Joker retired. He heard Batman was back. He was like, "Oh, let's
go."
Like,
exactly,
like,
bro. So now the lore is coming out in my head. So I gotta ask you, there is a lore that I absolutely love about the Joker and Batman. Let me get your take on it. So the lore is basically that Joker is basically Bruce Wayne's brother. You heard that one? It's actually a comic book.
I didn't see it in the comic, but wasn't that in the Joker movie?
I could be getting this crossed up. I feel like it was it's an actual comic. It's an actual comic. I'll self-correct myself, but basically Joker and Bruce Wayne are brothers some way. It's like his father had a child out of wedlock that he didn't want nobody to know about. And it's like both Bruce Wayne and the Joker know. And I find this wild because I'm like, if they secretly know and they're just causing the city havoc because they know this family secret, that'd be the wildest.
No, that would be crazy. I haven't heard that in the comic though. That was in the movie, but except for the last part, because what was his name? Oh, it's been a minute since I've seen the Joker movie, but I remember he allegedly found out that. Well, the Joker found out that his mom had like a weird affair thing with Bruce's dad. But it was just weird because the Joker was like, he looked like he was in his 40s or 50s. And then Bruce was like less than 10 years old. So it kind of didn't make sense. I mean, you could have a kid, whatever, I guess, but still, it was just weird. And it didn't really make much sense. And then, I mean, he was insane. So
that is true. That could age. You could have been 25 looking. It still really wouldn't have made sense, even at 25. So I got you.
Yeah.
So if you had to steal a superpower from somebody, who would it be?
Blue Lantern. I think Blue Lantern is like, aside from just having overall Green Lantern powers, Blue Lanterns have the power to heal. And I think that's really cool. I think if we could bring a superpower to real life, the power to heal others would be one of the best powers to have in the world.
Okay.
But also, I mean, Blue Ring, you get to fly around and stuff too. So,
yeah, true. I feel like this is an excuse. This is a lot of people are going to hate me for this. Professor X, why not? Life would be so much fun if I knew what was on your mind. It would probably push me into a depression.
Yeah,
because you don't want to know everything that's on everybody's mind, because what's on their mind today is not what's on their mind tomorrow. But if I had the ability to control it, like certain loved ones, just so I could keep that normalcy, going to work knowing what was on somebody's mind would be hilarious. It would be. You can always make money doing it.
Yep.
You live a normal life, so it's not like you're threatening to anybody or to a universe or anything like that. But just being able to read somebody's mind, I would be around CEOs all day. CEOs all day. I really want to know what the president's thinking. What is he really holding back from us? That would be dope for me. Do you have any controversial takes that a lot of times get you in trouble?
I end up arguing a lot with people with the whole Marvel versus DC thing. That's usually a pretty big common one because a lot of people are always pro Marvel, and then I'm always pro DC. So then, but I don't know, man. One of my bigger controversial takes is I think the Snyderverse was good overall. Not like all of them, but like Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and Snyder Cut Justice League. Like as a whole, all three, watch them in a row or whatever, I think they're good. My thing is though, I think those movies would have worked better had we got like what the MCU has now. Had you got like pretty much a more or less faithful adaptation of Batman, Superman, Justice League, all of that stuff, and then they're like, hey, we're gonna tell these Elseworld stories to try to mix things up a little bit. And so here we go. Here's a comic or a movie where Superman snaps Zod's neck. Here's a sequel where Batman is a killer. Here's this 4-hour long movie where all this stuff is happening. Like, I think that all would have worked a lot better if it wasn't people's like first interaction. Like, that was the first movie we saw Batman and Superman together. Right. Why is Superman dying in the end? Spoiler alert. And two, like, why is Batman over here killing people? Like, no, ain't nobody trying to see that.
Yeah, Batman is not a I kill person type of him or Superman.
Yeah.
Here's my controversial take, and if it's wrong, karate chop me, hop down my throat. But I think Superman. I dislike Superman.
Oh,
I
don't say it. Are you about to say you think he's boring?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Let me at least explain my case a little bit, right? So you got a guy from another planet. His parents are trying to save him, so they shot him out of a cannon. Boom, you out of there.
Mm-hmm.
You are faster than the speeding bullet. We know the whole thing. Faster than the speeding bullet. Yep. You could jump over towers, all of that. But your weakness is a jewel. You are single-handedly a god amongst men. But if I have enough riches, I could bring you to your knees. I hate that for him. I hate that for comic readers because there's another superhero by the name of, I think it's Atom Man. If he is almost like Superman remixed. Like if Superman did not work, there was going to be an Atom Man. And Atom Man is basically Superman with with an interesting story. But because of Superman, there are a lot of OP characters within the DC universe that will never get the time to shine because then it devalues Superman. You kind of see what I'm saying a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you will not allow Superman to be weak in any way, shape, or form, or for somebody to come close to being stronger than him, because what's the point of Superman at that point?
I think I've seen that before. Like somebody was like, why is Superman on the team when he can do everyone else's powers, or when he has everyone else's powers, basically? Like, what's the point of the team?
I'm trying to almost pull up Atom Man right now. Whoops. His name is, I'm gonna just pull this up. Yeah, like this is one of those characters that don't get enough shine because Superman is there, and they can't really.
I suppose it's useless to tell you to leave. I wouldn't miss this for anything. Your funeral. Already had one.
Oh, him. Okay, I kind of figured that's who you were talking about.
Adam, I want to thank you.
Yeah, him. Like. This Captain is a guy that nobody would ever give. Like this guy right here, they purposely continue to suppress him because Superman is there. They're almost essentially the same character. But there are characters that have abilities within the DC universe that if they were to hit the main stage, you'll kind of look at Superman and be like, why are you here?
Mm-hmm.
But I know Superman and Batman is like the frenemies, and that's something that's always going to push dollars. But why Batman continues to have good movies and Superman can't catch a break, I don't know. That's just me. That's my controversial take. I think Superman is boring. Do you not find Superman boring? It's like
no, I don't actually. I think it's about how he's written though. I think that's really what it's about. Because, like, for example, like Man of Steel. I like Man of Steel because I thought it was just kind of cool about him trying to find his way and like where he belongs. Because, like, I think that's the part that makes Superman interesting is that everything he does is just an amplified version of what we all go through on a normal basis. Like I think it was somebody who wrote I can't think of the guy's name, but whoever wrote Superman All-Star, he basically said the key to writing Superman well is to just think of it as he's a normal guy, but he has like abnormal circumstances to his life. So if like he's having family over, and you know, if you having family over, you got to clean the house up, you got to get ready, might be some family drama, whatever. Like we all have had experiences of family coming over. Or Superman's family coming over, it's something crazy. Like it's family coming over, and so something crazy gonna happen, but it's gonna be extra crazy because it's him. It's kind of the same thing for like Man of Steel. The story was about him finding his place in humanity. As people, the question we ask is, you know, why are we here? Why are we made? What's our purpose in life? He doing the same thing, but just on a grander scale. He's like, well, I have all these powers. Like, what am I supposed to do here with all these powers?
Right.
And I think that's the part about him that's cool. It's just how relatable he is and how relatable he can be, even though everything is extremely exaggerated.
Yeah, he's like One Punch Man superhero.
Pretty much.
Like, he could literally just pop up and be like, boom, you out of here.
Yeah.
So,
now, I will say, I hate how inconsistent he is, though. Like you said, he part of the Justice League. So no one can really outshine him. But yet, any Justice League you watch, any movie you watch that has him in it, any animated series, he's getting smacked. And then when he's getting smacked, somebody else got to come and save him. Why do I have to save a god? I don't even have powers. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I don't get it. Like, what are you doing on the ground? Why are you out cold? That's a robot.
Yeah, I got you. But I'm out of topics. We kind of just shredded through them. So unless you got something at the top of your head, I know I kind of gave us 5 topics, but I am happy to hear that you're watching anime again. It's going to be hard to get into for sure, just because life happens and anime is happening very quickly. Is there like any games? Are you into gaming at all? Is it taking any of your attention at all?
Yeah. I do have a topic. Well, technically, I think it's one of your topics, but I think it's just one that like I want to revisit, I guess. But
Let's do it.
Games, I'm playing Marvel Rivals right now, and then
Me too. Yes, sir.
other than that, what just came out? Avowed. I want to play that, but I'm trying to.
You might have to help your boy out. Link up on Marvel Rivals for sure.
Heck yeah, I'm always down to play.
Like I'll send you the link and everything. I got everything set up for that, so I can stream that. So let me know. Send me what I need after the podcast, and we'll get that going.
Bet. But it was a topic you talked about, or you put in the chat before about what do I feel like Marvel needs to do since they kind of like fell off of Endgame, basically. I think I talked about like DC, what they need to do, but for Marvel, it's so tricky. It's so tricky, but I think it's a quality over quantity thing with them right now. Because I think the dude who plays Rick Flag Sr. in Creature Commandos, you know, he was from Marvel. He played, who did he play? He was in like, I think his name is Crossbones or something like that. And he basically talked about how Marvel was like just this constant moving machine. And I think that's part of what messes them up. Because like for Captain America example, like, you know, the new movie just came out. It did okay. It was an okay movie, but it wasn't great. It wasn't another Winter Soldier. And the thing is, like, they did Falcon and Winter Soldier, and that did okay. You know, that did fine or whatever. And then it was already on to the next thing. Like, I don't think they put enough time in between their things to just kind of sit and be like, all right, here's what worked, here's what didn't. What can we do going forward? They're just always just going. When something messes up, they're just like, oh, that messed up. We got to keep it going. And then we'll try to fix it along the way. And so they never get a chance to just like stop, reassess, fix it, and move on. And I think that's what's having them just go on the decline.
To that, I would tell Marvel, like, when it comes to movies, you're kind of winning a little bit. Slow down. There's no really competition. And honestly, for people who love Marvel and DC, there's never going to be competition. You both occupy the space in our hearts. So we just want to enjoy both. And when it really comes down to it, it's almost just to touch on DBZ and One Piece. for the people who really love it, yeah, we have these back and forth, but everybody got time. Just put the best product out.
Yeah.
And we'll go watch it. It only sucks when it's a terrible product. And then if you're a fan of it, you got to defend it. That's the part that's terrible. Like, I won't touch on the wokeness on either side of it.
Mhm.
Just come out throwing punches. I'm with you on that. Slow down and produce great shit. That's just me. So I feel
no, I 100% agree. Like I'm tired of getting, I don't know, the mediocre films. Like, oh, how was that movie? Yeah, it was all right. It was cool. Nah, I'm ready to start being like, bro, you got to go see it. I saw it twice already. That was the best thing Marvel's done, and whatever. I will say, like, Deadpool Wolverine was that for me. I did love Deadpool Wolverine. Like that.
Facts. Yeah. The crazy part is Marvel has Disney Plus, so they keep putting certain things in our face. So there's a thing called recency bias, where, of course, a lot of us are putting Marvel there. But DC is, if they wanted to get down and they had the right people in the room, they could get down. They could get down. They can really squabble. So I can't wait to see it. Me personally, I think DC is our childhood. How could DC not be our childhood?
Facts.
I think Fox Kids occupied DC heavily. Spider-Man, as we know, was more of the Marvel side, but DC was Cartoon Network with Batman, Batman Beyond, Superman. So y'all were there. Y'all were there. So I got nothing. But maybe y'all will get a game where me and him are. Well, y'all will get a stream when me and him are playing Marvel Rivals. We'll hook that up. We'll get that going. We'll get that going. We'll give RDC something to run for. Probably not. We'll probably not. They probably already mastered their technique, got their communication down, and all of that. But we're gonna pull it together for sure. So I will say again, you are welcome to come to this show at any point in time. You see a controversial take, let me have it. Hey, I'm just happy to be here and to do something that I love. So
I appreciate
that's just
man.
me.
I definitely will be coming through. Y'all, like, I think, do y'all stream like on weekends, or is it like?
So we were doing Fridays. Comic-Con C2E2 is coming up in literally 5 weeks. This big Comic-Con convention in Chicago. I'm getting prepared for that. I got a couple of more guests coming in, so it's going to be very inconsistent when we stream. But it's always on YouTube. We always drop on Spotify, Apple Music, and it's also on Facebook, Beyond the Blur on Facebook, Beyond the Blur on YouTube. Give your mentions, and everywhere where we can follow you as well. We got to leave you space for that.
Oh yeah, of course. Y'all can find me on YouTube at Captain K's Den, Instagram.
I'm gonna pull up the YouTube. Don't copyright strike me.
I believe Instagram is the same thing. It's just with underscores. Yeah, it's the same exact thing. Oh, it's with a K. Captain K's Den. Sorry about that, y'all. Captain K's Den with a K. On YouTube. Captain K's Den with a K on Instagram, but it's just underscores in between. And no, where it says Captain with a C, that has to be a K.
Oh, gotcha.
And then where you have the K, it's KY. Oh, KYS. There you go. Yep.
Yes, sir. Y'all see that boy? Y'all see that boy? Make sure y'all go subscribe, follow.
Yes, sir.
All of that.
Appreciate it. And like I said, it's the same thing on Instagram as well. So yeah, follow me on there. I post stuff all the time.
That's how you spell it up there.
Yep.
That's how y'all spell it. Make sure y'all follow that man. He posts dope shit. I'm subscribing to him right now as we speak. Let me go back.
Dude, I got it covered.
Where's the subscribe? There you go. Boom. Yep. There we go. We locked in.
You. Hey, let's go.
Anything you need from us, let us know. I might pull you into another podcast in the future.
Yes, please do. Please do.
Free. Because what I really want to do is get all of us together, just have us in here deep. So God's will, if you're watching, Q, if you're watching, all of the guys, if you're watching, we just going to have like a big anime Super Bowl moment. I don't know. We're gonna have every year like a Super Bowl moment where we just get in and just do our thing. So from myself, Captain K, you got anything else?
No, nothing else. Pretty much just make sure y'all support. Make sure y'all support me. Make sure you support Big Manny. Show some love so we can keep this stuff going. And yeah, that's all I got.
So without no further ado, this has been Beyond the Blur. The only thing I'll say, I'll give everybody out there 2 people to listen to. Dizzy 8. Dizzy 8 is a dope ass rap artist who does nothing but like anime inspired. I don't know if you heard of this guy before. He does anime inspired like music. It's clean. You ain't got to worry about cussing. Your kids can listen to it. And then it's another guy I picked up today. Let me just give the handle real quick.
That this mark on me. No, I'm not the man that I ought to be.
I just
don't think I'm ever living up to
give the shout outs real quick. His name is like Daddy something. I'll tag you. But these guys are like nerd anime, and they dope.
Lord, I've been so
Once
long,
again,
that's
that's
a
fire.
It's been so hard for me to lean in on my faith. I'm being crushed by the pressure of this weight.
My favorite one of his is a song called Breathe.
I feel like it's falling apart. I feel like I do.
So this is my favorite song from Dizzy 8. I listen to it almost every single day. Dizzy 8, I'm putting you on the calendar. I'm finding you. We got to get you up there too. But this is my song right here.
Cuss me, but I won't give up on love. Though I know I've been unlucky, this ain't nothing new. Yeah, I still gotta make a move. I can stand around like I don't know what I should do. Set it up, hey, I was too loose. Know I lost a lot, but there's a lot more I can lose. Breathe out, everything falling on me now, oh yeah. I can't freeze now. Everyone's counting on me right now. Yeah. I've been fighting off demons. I've been feeling dreamless. Life wasn't scenic. I know people need something to believe in. We just want freedom from every bit of pain that we know. I feel heartbreak. How much more can my heart take? Peace for me seems so far away. Lately, all I ever known is heartache. But it's back on me. I can't flee, I can't run from what's in front of me. Take my time, let me breathe. I ain't gotta panic, understand that where I'm at ain't nothing new. Yeah, I still gotta make a move. I can stand around
Another
like
person
I
is
don't know what
Daddy
I should do.
Pat Snap. Daddy Pat Snap is Dizzy 8. If you're in the Marvel or DC or anything, these 2 rappers, I know the radio sucks right now. Kendrick and Drake kind of messed it up for everybody. Daddy Pat Snaps, Dizzy 8, shut it down for you every single time. Every single time. Go listen to them. Tell them that Big Manny sent you. We're going to be up out of here.
Keep on talking and talking about it, you know I'm gon' slide. Might not win, but you best believe that you know I'm gon' try. I mix living water together with Holy Ghost fire. Any darkness is kind of me, gon' see clear blue sky. And I'm turned up, I done messed around and finally